Hello world, it is Friday, August 14th, 2020, and another gorgeous day in Defiance, although I think we could use some rain again. It's getting a little dry out there. Might be a little hotter today too, because I noticed when I went outside this morning and the air was a little on the warmer side, so it didn't get quite as cool last night. Today's devotional is entitled Fear, and it's written by Thea Letitia Racelis. I hope I'm pronouncing their name right. And Thea bases their devotional on John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not let them be afraid. And Thea writes, before I became a parent, I had a lot of expectations. I had enough experience to have reasonably realistic expectations. I knew I would be tired. I knew it would be hard, and I knew it would be joyful. What I did not anticipate was the fear. The first night our 6-year-old daughter spent at home, she got the hiccups at dark 30. She had only been there a few hours, but I felt like I'd loved her from the beginning of time. She was so tiny, so fragile, so precious, and those big hiccups were terrifying. Was this normal? Was my baby okay? Of course, I did what we all know we shouldn't do. I picked up my phone and turned to the Google. After perusing all kinds of obscure ailments while my hiccuping daughter slept, oh yeah, did I mention she was asleep the whole time I was freaking out? I finally had enough perspective to take a deep breath and seek peace. Loving another so deeply makes us deeply vulnerable, and with that comes fear of things both real and imagined. Parenting is terrifying and beautiful and disgusting and hilarious. Even in this wild adventure, even when the scary hiccups strike, we are reminded of God's peace that does not depend on outcome or circumstances or conditions. It lives within us, a precious gift from our loving divine parent. In the prayer, loving God, there are times when your peace may be hard to find, but we thank you that you remind us that it is there waiting for us. May we know your peace deeply and teach our children to abide in you. Amen. Yeah, fear is something that's very powerful that I think the powerful often use to control us, because fear gets to the core part of our being and activates our reptilian responses rather than our logic and thinking and maturity. So I think Thea's devotion is a good reminder to us that when we are in times or places of fear, that we should turn our hearts and our minds to God, who loves us unconditionally, and that may help us get us through those what seem like terrifying times, and get us back to being able to think rationally and consciously rather than reacting out of our reptilian response. I mean, sometimes there are things to be afraid of, and we just need to either fight or flight, get out of there. But oftentimes, fear is just a product of someone trying to control us. So when that happens, think of God, turn to God, and be at peace. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.